table 20, Wade Morley, Matt Peel. Wade Morley, Matt Peel, table 20. And finally, on the stream table, Oly Bale, Tom Cousins. Oly Bale, Tom Cousins, table number 1. Next match on table 5, Tom Price, Harry Compton. Tom Price, Harry Compton, table 5.
Couldn't put a ball on it yesterday.
We just caught Oly a peach. You can see that Oly's sat next to his Bullet sports bar, and yesterday he had to move across to the right-hand side of the table because we tend to put them on the table as they are on Q-Score. If they're on the left, they sit on the left, and if they're on the right, they sit on the right. And Oly wanted to sit on the left, but he was actually supposed to be on the right. So he was a bit upset about that yesterday. So he's gone in and sat on the left again, and I've just said to him, Oly, mate, you're on the right. And he's like, oh, for goodness sake, he's picked up his cue and gone and moved. I went, no, mate, actually, you're on the left. He was spitting feathers.
Well, I'm expecting some fireworks in this game, Nick. These two players.
Yeah. Oly was due on the stream first thing this morning, actually, but his opponent didn't turn up, John Egan. So he's back in it again with Tom. And as you say, you can expect fireworks here. And it's one of those games, it could easily be 4-0 either way.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. As I say, I mean, obviously we all know both these players' qualities, and, you know, either player can just go on the roll, can't they, and just take out 4 clearances from nowhere. I mean, even you look at this table here, I think Tom's going to attempt this red to the left middle, and he'll probably manufacture some sort of chance, even though it doesn't look like there at the moment. Very attacking shot straight away to play at that pace. And he's straight away landing on this most awkward red into the left middle, I think.
Yeah, yeah. They do. I mean, you look at a table and you think, it's just not there. And suddenly, a couple of shots later, you think, actually, he's favourite to take the frame.
Yeah, I mean, every ball has got a pocket here. I know it's a cliche to say that, but it literally has. I mean, the one above the black will go to the right middle at some stage, if need be. It's a delicate little shot. He needs to sort of play this like a little gentle stun shot back past the black. Easy to miss these far jaw when you're just putting a little bit of stun on them. Oh, near jaw.
Oh, near jaw, that one.
Wow. Opposite to the commentator's curse.
He didn't play particularly well yesterday in his match, and just seems to be struggling a little bit, which is unusual because he's on top form. Won a couple of big events recently.
Of course, yeah. Do you think he's been hitting that gym too hard? He said after the last event that he wanted to go back to the gym, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's Yeah, I think he's having us all on there. The only time he sees the gym is when he drives past it to go to McDonald's.
Well, it's like the only machine he uses is vending.
Very good.
Okay, so he's had a I mean, that was a tough shot anyway. He's had a slight reprieve. He's got a very skinny, thin snick to the left middle, but he'll be glad to get back to the table, I think, after that miss.
To be fair, he seemed quite serious about getting a bit more healthy, which is good to see.
Okay, that's okay for now. I think he'll probably end up taking them on up the left rail next, I think.
I wonder if that... I mean, from this foreshortened angle, it doesn't look like the red passes the black to bottom left.
Right, yeah. No, that little nudge on that yellow might have opened it up.
Yeah, I just wonder if it does.
I think it does. I think it flies in, actually.
In which case, suddenly it's a very decent chance.
Yeah. We find out now because it's probably a good ball to take now, I think.
Yeah.
Just come back across the line and leave yourself a choice of 2 reds.
Flew in.
Yeah. Thinking that even I might get these.
Sadly, I can't say the same thing.
I'm sure you're kidding yourself. So.
Yeah. First frame to Tom Cousins. It's 1-0. Oly will break in frame number 2.
I think the thing with these short races as well to 4 is that the first frame is always crucial, but especially in these race to 4s. I mean, Oly effectively he's got to win 4-2 now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It was good feedback this weekend about the hotel. Lots of people saying this is their favourite venue of the tour this year.
It's a good venue. Yeah, very good. I don't know if it's my favourite. I really enjoyed London.
Oh, me too.
I mean, I didn't enjoy the car parking situation, and being central London a little bit awkward for driving. But I learnt my lesson, and if we went back there, I'd definitely get the train because the tube station was 50 yards up the road.
So it was a stone's throw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was ideal.
Yeah.
I was one of the ones who got moved to the other hotel, but it was only a 6-minute walk away, so it was absolutely fine doing that. And we checked in and checked out straight away. There was no huge queues like we had at the reception at London. But okay, so great chance here on reds as well, I'd say.
And these two players that would have played each other many times over the years.
Was he reached?
Just reached, yeah.
I think he's decelerated a little bit there, Nick, because he's not come nice really on this red at all.
Yeah, I think he was trying to leave an angle to make sure he could get back across table, but as you say, just decelerated and left too big an angle.
And now he's got a funny angle again.
Do you know, I can see him.
Bob's in value and take the one down the rail first.
Yeah, I was going to say I could see him taking the one down the rail.
Or he goes across, maybe. That's what he's doing. But it's almost like he's on it now. He might as well play it now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And both players.
Wow.
Both players hailing from Wales.
Yep.
And Oly a little older than Tom, but both around the same era in terms of success. I mean, Tom obviously won his world title, his first one in 2013. Oly won his European title in 2007. So not a million miles apart.
Nicely strong, confidently struck.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
All on serve, 1 frame apiece. Yeah, definitely a good venue. The thing I loved about London was that we were up on a balcony and everyone was in the same room, so you could just look over the all of the action, and there's always something going on in the room with, kind of, I think it was 24 tables in action over that weekend, maybe
that's true. Yeah.
maybe a few more, 26. In here, we're kind of on a stage behind a curtain, so we only see the images that the guys at home are seeing. So we don't see quite so much of the colour. But also, we're playing across 4 rooms here. So we've got the main, for the guys at home, we've got this main arena, which has got 14 tables. And then we've got 3 side rooms, which have got 2 tables in each. So 20 tables in total. You see the main arena and all the tables in action, the ladies event in full flow. But yeah, it makes it just a little bit more disparate when and I think for the players as well, maybe I think sometimes people like to be in amongst the action and the buzz around the tables. It allows you to focus a little bit more than being in those side rooms where there's only a couple of tables.
Yeah, my friend played in there yesterday and I went in to watch him, and first of all, I found it awkward because I was literally the only person sat by the table next to them watching. And I'm not trying to, criticise it by any means, because obviously, that was quite fortunate getting that double kiss. But it just felt a bit devoid of atmosphere in there as well. It didn't feel like you were, part of the tour in there. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, everyone's got to play in there, I suppose, at some point. So look at this table here. I mean, this is the key shot, is how this cannon comes off this yellow and where the cue ball finishes up. And he's absolutely fine. Yeah,
he had a bit of a howler on the plant. He misjudged it by a way and still got away with it with a double kiss, put his hand up to apologise.
It was more of a weed than a plant, wasn't it, really? This is all about just drifting to the middle part of the table here, I'd say. There we go. Just a choice here. The red on the right-hand side is a little bit awkward. He might want to just sort of dolly this in and play that for the middle now, I think. He's finished a little bit off angle with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to leave the last red pretty thin as well, isn't he? This was always going to be the awkward ball, the one on the right, because obviously it really only goes to... I mean, the natural pocket would normally be the middle, but the black's in the way. So the left middle.
He's got to play this absolute dead weight and just give himself a shot.
Now a thin cut and losing the cue ball.
Loads of drag on this.
He's going to try and kill it. Nice.
Oh dear.
Well, and the thing was, as can often happen with Oly, he's such a quick player. I don't think he gave that the time it deserved.
Yeah, just take a little breath and maybe come around and look at the potting angle, or just prepare yourself.
Just literally straight down. It was such a key shot, and it needed to be so delicate with drag that. And he's literally just got down and taken one feather and played the shot. And I think it was just one of those. It just, as you say, just that extra couple of seconds to take a look at the angle and compose yourself.
I mean, also, it's huge because obviously Tom broke this break, so Oly would have been 2-1 up with a break.
Yeah.
If he broke and cleared, then you're looking at a 3-1 scoreline. And as it is, it could be the other way around. If he now goes dry in the next frame, once Tom takes these out, then he could be 3-1 down.
Yeah.
So.
I think nearly every player just takes the extra few seconds there. Even a player like
Chippy.
Chippy, for goodness sake, I had a brain fart there. Yeah, someone like Sean Chipperfield even just takes the extra few seconds to compose himself there on that shot. Because he got down and played it almost like it was a drop-in, but it really was delicate. And you can see him shaking his head.
Yeah, it's a tough one to shake off that as well when he goes into the next frame. And ideally for him, if he can break and clear, then it's almost like he can forget about that mistake as well then.
Yeah. I mean, it puts all the pressure on this break.
And he's gone straight in.
He's gone straight in off. It's just incredible.
And, take your pick here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either set are nice.
It is very much a cliche, but when people talk about the poker gods punishing you for making a mistake, I mean, there it is.
Quite a fair bit live, and went to that casino that was close by to Western Edgware Road. I've been there a few times, the Vic, and played some tournaments. And not as much as I used to years ago, but great game.
Surprised if we haven't crossed swords at some point then across the poker table. I used to play a lot online on the old kind of lab books and things like that.
I was really successful on PKR, and then they went into administration.
That's right. Yeah, I played a lot on there. Yeah, a lot of. We used to go on cruises with Ladbrokes back in the day. All of the there was like a community, a lot of players from around this neck of the woods, Oxford and Banbury, and around there. We used to meet up and on different events.
So did you work for Ladbrokes then, Nick?
No. Just played. I mean, I think when I started was probably about 99, 2000, and they were doing the beta testing on a lot of the those sites that they all kind of ended up on microgaming. It was Bet365 and Ladbrokes, and they're a bit of a network. It was kind of the start of things, probably even before PokerStars.
Yeah, I think it was like Pacific Poker was like one of the first ones that I played on, or 888 Poker, I think those were the early ones. And Sky Poker and Betfair Poker and all. Too many sites to mention for me.
Goodness me, yeah.
So just going back to this, we just as we said, isn't it? That error's now compounded, isn't it? He's now 3-1 down, and
Tom with the break.
Yep.
Race to 4, you just can't make mistakes.
Staring down the barrel here, I think. But Oly is after that. And the trouble is, he's, and we all do it, he's sat his chair, he's beating himself up now as well over it. And it's when he comes back, if he does get a chance, it's whether he's in the right mindset to take that opportunity now as well. I'm going to go for a breaking dish, all right? That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Just the way the game's gone off.
Just to be contrary, I'll say in off, but I got to say, I think breaking dish as well. It's not off, and he goes in off.
That's a huge break. If that's dry, that's wow. That took some doing not to get a ball. I mean, look, there's nothing left around the black spot really.
Nothing.
What we got? 12 balls in the top end of the table.
Yeah. And reds don't look too bad. You've got the one red towards the top left, but he's got an angle now that he could stun up and just get inside the yellow that's in front of it.
Yeah, just nudge that yellow away.
Yeah, and then the reds are pretty much there.
I mean, there is the option of yellows as well, because he could pop the yellow in the corner and knock the yellow away.
And knock that out, yeah.
I do prefer your way. The only trouble is he's a little bit straight on this one in the middle. He'd have to sort of punch it with loads of right hand side to spring off the side cushion to knock the yellow away. But I think at this stage of the match, I think it's a shot he's probably got to play.
Got a little bit of angle there, and it's one of those that you can make, isn't it? You can create quite a big angle actually. Where he's
that's fine. He's using one of the other reds instead.
Gone to the other one and just going to play a similar shot, just stun up inside that yellow. Back onto, there you go.
Oh, that's very nice. I thought he might come off the cushion to bump it out.
So I was thinking exactly the same, yeah.
All right, Oly. It's there for the taking now.
Yeah, really. And the race to 4, the momentum swings are incredible because, Tom could be staring at 3 each when he next comes to the table quite reasonably.
Absolutely, yeah. So Oly's still sporting that spiky hairstyle after all these years?
Yeah. He
must have got through some gel over the years, mustn't he?
His club is actually about a quarter of a mile from my house.
Right, okay.
Bullets Bar. He's done a good job on it, actually. It used to be a pretty decrepit place. It's not much appeal, but he's modernised it and very close.
Just teasing us.
Yeah.
How many tables has he got in that venue, Nick? Do you know?
I want to say I want to say about 8. But he's built a bespoke arena in there.
Oh, nice.
So he has some money matches and plays some of the events in there. And yeah, there's a really nice arena. And they've, I think, put in a skittle alley and darts boards and such like, modernised it, given it a real nice feel. Got the big screens up for the sports. It's not a big club by any stretch, but yeah, it's decent.
I think it's more all about having a nice feel to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I play out of Dylan Leary's club Racks in Maidenhead, and again, it's not the biggest, hugest of venues. I mean, he's got lots of snooker tables and stuff in upstairs and in another room. But it's just got a nice homely feel to it, and it's friendly atmosphere in there. There's, it's a nice place to play pool. So, unless you're playing Dylan, of course, because you don't really get much of a chance, as I found out to my cost last night. But there we go.
Just a little shake of the head from. It was almost a resigned shake of the head to say, "Yeah, well, that could be all she wrote."
Yeah, it's all about that yellow on the right hand side, but that looks easy for the. Say easy. I mean, it's nice for the double. I think he wanted to play with the yellow in bulk on the bulk line next there.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of work his way down the table.
I think he's still going to play it, isn't he? Yeah.
Just wondering if, just looking ahead, the yellow just to the left of the black spot, does that pass to bottom left? If it doesn't, then that just needs a little bit of thought. I mean, obviously there's several pockets that it does go into, but
he's got the angle here to bring the yellow out, but I don't think he'll want to, because he won't land on anything else if he brings that one out. So
he's not got through that. You could see the way he's
another detail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is not something you associate with Tom whatsoever.
No. But I think he's still okay.
I think what you just said a minute ago is very apt here, is that yellow, although it's in the central area, it is the most awkward ball.
Yeah. I just wonder now if he may have to leave the double till last. I think he can play the one to bottom left, and then he's
yes,
on
bottom
the
right,
one to the
bottom
middle.
left middle, and then the double, perhaps, yeah. This is what you're talking about a moment ago, isn't it? It's just, Tom's just got that experience just to sort of take his time here a minute and just make sure he goes the way that he wants to go.
If this was Oly, he'd be either on the black by now, or Tom would be back at the table.
No, absolutely, yeah.
There's no way. I don't think he's ever taken that long over a shot in his life. But
I think he's taken your route, Nick.
Yeah.
He was pretty much forced into going that way.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's all about the double now.
The thing is, these middle pockets, they're quite nice, and that's not impossible to cut it in from there either.
True enough. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely you could.
In which case, you could just stun over now.
And he's got the angle to stun across. Yeah.
I tend to find that on these tour tables, if you catch that far jaw, it will roll around the pocket and drop. He's just looking at that angle now, actually. But
and doubles aren't necessarily a gimme. I mean, it looks in a nice place to double, but they do slide a little bit with a new cloth on the table.
Absolutely.
You do see them slide slightly, so yeah, I think given the choice, he would probably want to play it into the more obvious pocket. But it's going for the
playing for the double now, isn't he?
Playing for the double, yeah.
So it's all about this red now, just getting the cue ball to hopefully bump the red full ball and leave himself just off straight black in the middle.
I think this for Tom is pretty much like a ball over the pocket. It's he's got the perfect angle to play it. I don't think he misses these.
Yeah, he's absolutely nailed it. And that's all she wrote, I believe.
Good stuff. Very nice from Tom. Probably a case of a few missed opportunities from Oly. If you look back on that game, you'll see a couple of points where he had a chance to get himself firmly into the game and maybe take the advantage, but he couldn't, and it's Tom Cousins that goes through, and that's the end of the road for Oly. He'll be heading off back down the M1 to Somerset. We'll see him at the last event. Incidentally, the last event's back here in 2 weeks' time. So we're not far away. Next week we're in Stoke-on-Trent, or not this tour, but I'll be in Stoke-on-Trent for the Ultimate Pool Series, and then the week after we're back here in Daventry for the last event of the World Rules Pool Tour. So the year's drawing to a conclusion. It's all been packed.
Action-packed, isn't it?
Everything's been packed into about 4 months, and what a busy month October is. Crazy stuff. But we're going to take a break now. We're going to be back with the action at 3:30. So about 45 minutes from now, and you're going to see Rob Warren against Carl Sutton. I always Rob Sutton. Good one, Nick. Scott, absolute pleasure.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, join us again later for some
I'll
more
probably pop back
action.
at 3:30 if you you don't want to sack me off just yet. That'll be all good. I'll be back.
Love it, mate. Love to have some company. We'll see you all back at 3:30.